I secretly liked drawing the car in the background of that one Cleo drawing that I did earlier, so I was like, maybe I should just do it again. I'm just gonna be silly, be fun, and just do it. No thoughts, nothing, just go. So I originally wanted to do like this Jeep picture that I found on Pinterest because it kind of looked like my Jeep, except if it were like cooler and like had a better paint job. But I did not end up sticking with that. I was like, no, fuck it, I'm gonna do a sports car. And so I did. And yeah, so I just started like blocking in the general shape of it. Because that's what I found kind of easy in the background of the Clio drawing that I did last, was like just blocking in the shapes and kind of going with like a painting type style instead of a drawing type style. It seemed to work easier for me. Yeah, so then I'm like putting in like a gradient because of the lighting, because I know this isn't actually on the car and that the car is actually yellow. I'm pretty sure anyways, but like the lighting of like the overheads and like making it all shiny and stuff is making it have like a gradient, and it was just easier to put in. So I start like putting in the blacks, obviously, because there's a lot of black. And as I'm putting it in, like, I'm like, okay, this is like kind of going fine. Like, my whole goal in this is to have fun, of course. So I'm just like, doing whatever. But around here is in like, there's like some big pauses in here because I start to be like, wow, this is kind of boring, actually. Like, I'm just drawing what I'm seeing, and like I can do that. Like I've taken art classes. I do that. Like it's fine. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that like I don't know. Like where's the character design elements? Where's the colors? Where I don't know. See, I'm like pausing here for a really long time because I'm just sitting there like trying to will myself to do it. And I mean, it's really, it didn't even take me that long, honestly. It was only a couple of hours, and I could have done it shorter, but I just fiddle farted around. Cause like, I don't know. It's like, I swear, like other artists will agree with me. Like, there's just something painful about drawing a car. But I wanted to draw. I mean, I like cars. I like cars. They look cool. I have like a board for them on Pinterest and everything. Like, this is a cool car. I'm not saying the car isn't cool. I'm just like, my brain, there's no like creative thing here. Well, I mean, I am drawing it. You know what I mean. You have to know what I mean. So I'm like, I do go into like some line art as you're seeing with the windows. Like, I'm trying to like, use like the, I don't know, what's it called? Like the curve tool or whatever to like try and like see if I can get the shape of this down and like try and get the windshield in. And like I do like in a lot of this where it's like there's not a lot of zooming. It's because I was trying to keep it a bit zoomed out in certain, like for the most part, so that I could reference the car and the thing I was drawing at the same time. So I like just now I was like drawing in like the highlights on the black part while it was like zoomed out, because it's just easier. It's just easier when you're like completely going for like a replica of the reference or whatever. And like I'm obviously trying to do like a bit of like a stylized version of this car, like a cartoonified. I wouldn't say cartoonified because I mean I got it pretty spot on. It just I don't know. But yeah, but then there are certain parts where it's like the minuscule little shadows and highlights in like that front bumper or whatever it's called. Like I had to zoom in for some of that and just like try and remember what I was seeing, because like it was just so small I couldn't do it zoomed out without it like making a huge slash. Because like yeah, it was a lot of like painting on top of each other, and like I don't know. There was, I got a couple of layers going, not too many, but like it was like for every color there was a layer, until it got to like, I don't know. It was getting a little weird. The curve tool was my best friend in this drawing pretty much. And you know, I was trying to get it as realistic as possible, like with the shadows and stuff. Like I did do some of that. And like I could sort of see it coming together at this point, cuz like the front was like it, you know, had more structure now, and it was like I could like, even though the back was non-existent, I could kind of see it like coming together. So I was like getting a bit reassured at this point. But I was still in the back of my mind like just screaming a little bit, because I'm like, why did I do this? Why am I drawing a car? Why? And it, of course, it has nothing to do with my character, so it's not like a hyperfixation of mine or something that I can like push through. Like there's no real reason I drew this car. I just did. So I was like, what is happening? Who am I right now? Like why am I, what? Yeah, and I just I don't know. It was fine. I mean, it was fine. It was like I feel like like looking back on it, I feel like I did need to do this kind of thing for like, I feel like I kind of needed to do it, because it taught me things, and like I kind of got back into the thing of like, you know, referential work and like more realistic work. But I don't know. This is when I started like, you know, trying to get the back of the car, and it was, I was just trying to block in general shapes, not really going for like total pinpoint accuracy right now, just trying to get a feel for like what the colors would be like. So and then I'll like refine it later, and like I'm trying my best here, okay? I'm trying my best. And like at this point I like knew for sure, like I did go in with the intention of doing like the lighting and the highlights and stuff, but at this point I was like, yeah, there's no way that's happening. I was like, I don't know. It was just like it was not it. It was not it. I mean, I'm making it sound like horrible. I mean, I'm just saying it was less entertaining than my usual drawings, but I still appreciate the drawing because it is practice, which is what I do these drawings for. It's helping me get better with each drawing, and you know, whatever. And I mean, at this point I was like trying to pick out like what, like, because I could tell the spacing wasn't quite right between that front and back like fender thing. That's what those are called, I think. Yeah, so I'm like pulling it back, trying to make the space bigger, trying to make it wrap around more, because like obviously it's not going to be like 1-to-1, but I'm trying to get as close as possible, and this is all just me like blocking in the colors, like, you know, like obviously if I added shading and stuff, it might have looked a bit more realistic, but I was just trying to, this was just like a learning thing for me. It was just like, it was kind of fun to like analyze like the colors and stuff, because like this is objectively a yellow car. It is like, but the lighting and stuff, like it just made it weird in some places. Like it made it like just like have yellow and orange on the same wheel and stuff, and because it was like a mustard yellow, so it had like oranges and yellows in it, and like it was a bit of both, but like when they're so close together, like you know what I mean, you can see the picture. It was kind of weird, and I was like, why is that orange when that should just be dark yellow? But orange is dark yellow. You know, it was just interesting to see, and like note for future reference when drawing shiny surfaces that are colored, I guess. Now I'm like pretty much trying to add in as many details as I can force myself to, just to try to make it look as close as I can before I give up. But I mean, so far it was definitely a wild ride drawing this. Oh, I did that unintentional pun, but whatever. Yeah, the little fender thing, or whatever that thing on the back is that's poking out, that was kind of fun to draw, like how it like dipped down in the middle, and it was like I had to show that through the lines and stuff. That was kind of fun. I do like doing that kind of stuff where it's like perspective and stuff. Now I'm just like cropping it and trying to I also was gonna do a background, but then I was like, let me do minimalism here. We're just gonna put a spotlight on this little guy. Yep. Yeah. And that's it finished, I think. So yeah, it was difficult, but I mean, it wasn't too difficult. I mean, I guess actually it wasn't difficult to do. It was just difficult to make myself do it, because it wasn't like I didn't have like a drive to do that. Pun partially intended. But it's a car. I can draw anything. I can draw anything, but it's just like, will I draw a car again by choice? Maybe not. I just wanna let me draw a character again, please. Let me draw a character. Give me anyone, please. Give me character design. But I think I'm actually gonna go do that now, like immediately. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.